Good morning.
Good
I hope
morning.
we're all doing well. Thank you so much for having this privilege to be here. I'm truly so very grateful. So my topic is going to be who is true mother, right? Who is true mother? Looking at the essence of the only begotten daughter. So before I go into, you could say, more detail, I want to share a little bit about my story. First of all, I grew up in this movement. I was born in this movement, and my parents raised me to know true parents. I continued that by having the blessing, and also now have 3 little girls. And I can see now, as I saw probably my parents trying to do, trying to give the understanding to my daughters about who is true parents, right? By first bowing to true parents. Sometimes they do it well, they want to do it. Sometimes they have to be forced, right? Sometimes they don't really know why they're bowing. And I think that's also how I grew up. I grew up with the understanding of true parents, but still as just a picture, you could say. Did I ever really bow down thinking, oh, these are my parents? I don't remember in those early years of my life. But definitely, that needed to come now. True parents were people that I respected because it was instilled in me by my parents. But the true relationship of true parents had to come from myself. And it did come, actually, here in 2009 when I attended the Champion workshop and was able to start deepening my relationship first with Heavenly Parent, and then coming to have a personal experience with True Father, that I came to somehow realize, wow, this person is my father. This person truly loves me. And not only me, the whole of humanity. And that's actually what made me go on the course to help our true parents. But I have to say, it was actually mainly with True Father. True Mother was there, but still just seen as perhaps True Father's wife, right? The mother of the true children. To be honest, True Mother was behind. I didn't understand who truly she was. But there was one experience that I had that came from a testimony that was shared around in 2010. One American leader, actually, Reverend Michael Jenkins, there was a message where he was giving a testimony of an experience that he had with True Mother, meeting some VIPs. And in that room, after the greetings and the formal sharing, one of the VIPs asked True Mother, how do you do what you do? What is it that keeps you going? And True Mother expression at the time shocked everyone because she basically burst into tears, expressing that what she does is because she wants to liberate our Heavenly Parent's heart. And she said it with such tearful heart that even everyone in that room even started to cry. And that message, it was just a message, it was just a testimony, really kind of got my curiosity about True Mother, because I started to feel in that message, wow, True Mother really loves Heavenly Parent. True Mother really loves Heavenly Parent, even to the point that she'll do anything to liberate that heart. And that's when I started thinking, who really is True Mother? Because before then, I didn't really understand. So that's what my message is today. I feel ashamed, to be honest, that we haven't, or myself hasn't really come to understand True Mother until the lectures that we've been able to receive now through the Champa Moran. So I'll be sharing that in relation to 4 aspects. First, who is True Mother in regards to the foundation that has been laid for her and her own individual foundation that she came to realize. I want to also share about who is True Mother in the perspective of what she's been giving us. I want to also share about who is True Mother in this current era. What is it that it means for us and also our responsibility? So let's look at first who is True Mother in regards to the foundation that was laid by Christianity. This actually, I really want to give credit to our Professor Kim Min-ji, because she really gave a great lecture that allowed me to understand more deeply about the foundation that was given to True Mother to prepare for True Mother. And the main foundation is that Christianity, as we've come to recognize mainly as probably a preparation for the Second Advent. But what we come to see is that all the aspects that God created was actually first to bring about the only begotten Son, which was in Jesus Christ. And through that to then be able to meet the only begotten daughter. But that didn't happen, as we all know. And in the end, Jesus said he would come again. But come again for what? To realize and to find the only begotten daughter. So after Jesus, the history is actually the preparation for God to send the only begotten daughter. It is through now the right environment for which the only begotten daughter can be sent that the second advent can be chosen to be able to stand and now recognize his position, to recognize the only begotten daughter. And then the other point also that I came to also find very interesting is that many times when we look at the divine principle, we just talk about the time of Martin Luther, right, regarding the proclamation, the Reformation in 1517, for which then 400 years of preparation to bring about the advent of the Messiah. But what is interesting is that actually, you know, the Reformation, the true completion of the Reformation started from John Calvin in 1541. And if we go now with that understanding, we see that 400 years later, from 1543 to 1943, is when our true mother, the only begotten daughter, was born. Another aspect is also around the family foundation. We can see that actually the 3 generation of only daughters is something that was very important in preparing the only begotten daughter, the foundation for the only begotten daughter. And in a way, through their foundation, true mother is, you could say, a second generation or third generation born with absolute faith of that conviction, right, in heavenly parent, right? So like a third generation, true mother was raised on the foundation of absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience to God. Another point that I want to mention about the lecture that I received was also the fact that in those times, right, in the 1900s, many people would raise their daughter to be maybe a good wife, right, or good, mother. But actually, grandmother Cho Won Mo, as we know, Demonim's mother, really raised her to be a daughter of absolute faith, even to the point of an unconventional style of living, not even with her husband, in order to prepare the foundation for true mother. And we can see this was a very crucial point for which the only begotten daughter was able to have the right environment as she matured. So we are really in that moment now. And true mother has even said, right, I was born on the foundation as the only begotten daughter, and I was born as God's daughter. So from an early age, she was able to recognize God as her father and even had conversations with God. So we can truly see how much the foundation was made even from the family. And now I want to go quickly on the foundation also of her as an individual by reading her words. True mother was determined. She said, I have lived a rigorous religious life since I was young. I had a dream and I kept it in my heart. It was to liberate God, who has worked throughout history to save humankind. True mother was determined even from that early age. Another point is that she had the understanding. She said, I accepted Father Moon as the only begotten son of the accomplishment of our heavenly parents' will. It was God's call to me to become the heavenly bride and the mother of the universe. I knew that my path would be unimaginable, difficult, yet I pledged I would live for God. She recognized her calling and she answered to that. And what is so much more important is she took responsibility. At 16 years, she took responsibility. I don't know if there's anyone in this room who's 16 years. Anyone in this room 16 years and under? Some of you, right? Think about it. In this time, think about it. She took on the responsibility, recognizing, if I do not do this, the wearisome providential history of restoration through indemnity, which is full of bitter pain, will not end. She took that responsibility at 16 years. Sometimes I don't think we really think about it. We just see True Mother now in the way that she is, and we just say, yes, it's possible. But if I think about it myself, even at 16 years, I wasn't thinking about trying to save the world. I wasn't thinking about trying to heal our Heavenly Parent's heart. But that is our True Mother. And lastly, her heart. Her heart is in desperate pain. She constantly feels sorry to our Heavenly Parent for not being able to yet complete what she came to do. She says, with a desperate heart, I did not rest for a day, pushing beyond my physical limitations in order that Heavenly Parents should not wait any longer. And that's the heart I still see today. That's the heart I still see today. That desperateness to bring it about now. That feeling of anxiousness in a way to the point that she feels, I need to make it now. Even to the point that she's asking us, please unite. So we have come to see the foundation for True Mother was there. And who is True Mother now in relation to what she's been sharing? She's also said some things. Basically, she's setting history correctly. She said, after the Holy Wedding in 1960, I had to button the first button well. It's not to say that the buttons are wrong, but the first button was not done properly. And that's why she had to start. And the starting point was the proclamation of the only begotten daughter. She then mentioned that actually, this should not have come from just her. She says, I could not say that I was the only begotten daughter. Rather than me, it should have been my spouse who said this. Maybe we might think, oh, no, mother, you could have said it. But think about it. The whole providence of history is a male-oriented providence. Even now, it's only now that you could say that women are now, in a way, seen in a position to also make that voice clear. Because we're coming to recognize Heavenly Parent as not just a father, but also a mother. So, if she had said it on her own, do you think we would have even listened in that time? But if True Father, together with True Mother, were able to proclaim the only begotten daughter, I think even now, we would be seeing that acceptance much more quicker than we are doing right now. So as a result, the 53-year history of the Unification Church actually went in a period of wilderness. We couldn't build. We could just put tents for which we had to move on and on. She also really mentioned that the essence of Jesus and the only begotten daughter needed to be understood for Christianity to be able to understand that they are the chosen people to meet the only begotten daughter. She says, it is a great pity, but if from the beginning we could have explained the essence of Jesus Christ, who promised to come again, the Christian sphere would have not been able to call the Unification Church heretical. I can testify to this actually through an experience I recently had of a 7-day workshop where our Shin Top Gun missionaries took it on board of what True Mother had said to now teach Champu Moran. And they taught Champu Moran in a 7-day workshop. A little bit unconventional, you could say, because we look at the divine principle in a certain standard. But they gave from the beginning first about just the dream of God, the broken heart of God, and the next day basically about the essence of Jesus. And yes, there was some kind of maybe not clear understanding from the guest. But what I found so amazing was that they came to recognize that yes, the only begotten daughter is needed. And yes, Jesus was meant to meet the only begotten daughter. And yes, they, as the chosen people, are now in a position to also accept the only begotten daughter. I saw that with my own eyes. I really did. And for me, it gave me that experience that what True Mother is saying, if we absolutely unite, I think these worries that we're feeling, can they accept, can they not, will disappear because it's true. The reality is they are the chosen people to recognize the only begotten daughter. It was never brought about. We've taught the divine principle in a way to even show that the Christians failed, in a way. But were they basically saying, you haven't failed? Not yet. Because the only begotten daughter is here, and actually, you are now in a position to recognize and now follow to be able to complete what Jesus couldn't complete. To be able to recognize and bring about, the marriage feast of the Lamb that Jesus said he would come again to do, which our true Father also came and were able to establish, but the only begotten daughter was not recognized in that moment. So lastly, due to time, I really just want to share that we are in the final component. We are in the final era. And True Mother has said that she is the final component to bring about this completion. She has mentioned it is only the begotten daughter who brings about the providence to completion. So what does that mean for us as we are the ones living in this era? What is the responsibility? Have we all heard that all streams lead to the ocean? I think that we are in that time now, where all the religions have now come to their destination. And as True Mother says, all religions, races, and nations have reached their final destination and must disembark. Where should they go when they disembark? Where do you think? They should go to the original Garden of Eden, where our heavenly parent dwells. They've just come to the port, but they need to now go where our heavenly parent dwells. That's what true parents and true mother is creating. The Chonwangung, right? The Chonil Sanctum, Heavenly Parents' Temple. She mentions, if Heavenly Parents' dream is to live on earth with the children in the kingdom of heaven on earth, then Heavenly Parent must have a home. Chonwangung is Heavenly Parents' home. The religions have disembarked, but they don't know where Heavenly Parents' home is. Who are meant to show them? The ones who know. True Mother has said, the 53 years was a period of wilderness, right? Where we could only set up tents. I was born in the wilderness. It was not nice. It was not easy. It was not something I wanted to be in, to the point that I even wanted to run back to Egypt, you could say, the fallen world, where things were easier. But what is she saying? That now is the Chonilguk era. The course of the wilderness era is in the past. We must create a new history and a new culture in a new era, and I have been creating these in various ways. This is what True Mother needs us to do. This is what she is doing. We may not accept it straight away, but actually, the wilderness course was not the true original home. We have been born out of the Garden Eden. We need to return back to the Garden of Eden. So our responsibility is to truly be filial children. We need to unite with our true mother. Just as in the time of Moses, as the Israelites were crossing to the chosen land, God had promised after their journey in the wilderness, we need to have the same absolute faith and obedience united with true mother in her directions. For national restoration, she said we need church growth. For church growth, we need these three main elements. Chungshimwan, to mobilize all our forces, the key to unlocking the doors to heaven. Champumoran, to revive ourselves and also to bring back the Christian foundation. And the Hej Chonwan and Hyojang culture, creating the lifestyle of living with Heavenly Parent. I know my time is up, but I just want to end with this point. I think we all know about the blind man and the elephant parable, right? We know one part of the truth and we say this is the elephant. This is what we talk about when we talk about religion, in order to say that there's a new truth to come. I still feel we are in that moment. All religions have disembarked, including us. Including us. We are in the land God has promised us. His residing place is here. The people have disembarked, and we know where they should go. Let us bring them there and let their eyes be opened finally to the whole elephant, basically, the whole truth. The realization that this is where we are meant to be, the original garden of creation for which Heavenly Parents is longing for us to return. Finally, I leave us with this quote: we must create a new history and a new culture in a new era, and I have been creating these in various ways. So, my brothers and sisters, my family members, my elders, my leaders, are we going to let True Mother do it on her own? Or are we going to join her and complete it now? That's what we need to do. And especially my younger brothers and sisters, I can't ask my parents, my elders, to go out into Chonilguk land, the promised land, and start plowing the land in order to build, right? I can't ask them that. So who should I ask? All of my younger brothers and sisters, all of us youth. That's why she's pushing us so much to say we are the future. And that's where I believe we need to stand. We need to help our mother. We need to bring about Chonilguk, and absolutely we will. Thank you very much.
Let's give another hand for Mica Camara. It was really clear for me, and to share reflection on it, I'd like to invite up our senior pastor, Dr. Ki-Hun Kim.
She was winner of sermon contest. We never before we celebrate so many things, so many days. But True Mother, this time, let us call all leaderships around the world. Let us hear today what kind of leaderships they preaching about the God, about the true parents, about the true mother, only begotten daughter. This sister, second generation, now she had 3 children and YSP leader in Africa. And there are so many people participated and competed this sermon contest. First gen, second gen. And 2 weeks ago, we share second place, our dear sister Atlanta church pastor Diane. We were so inspired. And today, did you inspire from her? How do you think, Dr. Salaber? Oh, she was a huge student, yes. Dr. Salaber, thank you so much. We are very proud of you. And you taught to her to become best sermon preacher this time. Let's give you her one more time, big hand, yes. As you seen last scene, only I stood up. I gave a big clap for her. And this time today, I'm hearing and listening her second time because I so inspired and I got something new today. So when you inspire, some watching video and some video, some movies, so many people, they're going repeatedly. When Star Wars movie came out, I see so many people, not only one time or 2 times. Even our members, they said, I went 8 times when Star Wars series came first time. That inspire. They sing, they inspire. So when you see, divine principle, true parents' message, and prayer, you come repeatedly. You want to have same kind of excitement. So I'm proud of this second gen English competition. Yes, they have original language, Korean competition as well. Third generation sister who are leading one local church, assistant pastor, third generation sister, she won. This is today our second generation and third generation, understanding true mother and true parents, history of Christianity, and history of family federation, history of only begotten daughter and true parents. We are proud of each one of you, our dear coming generations. I'd like to share today, last Saturday, we had Chumbo Great Work right here, iPad. Our dear true parents prepared a beautiful iPad. And so many people came, some of them first time. Oh, I didn't know we had this beautiful sanctuary and beautiful building. True parents built it and presented for the sake of American church movement. Please show this Chumbo Great Work. Yes. So we have, we thought the Churchman step thought maybe 300. They registered. But last 3 days before the event, over 530 people registered and packed. This is 3 sections, grand ballroom. They packed this room. and then 찬양 session, and 530 people came, and we came all over our 천심원 staff, and we pray, and we open temporary 천심원 prayer room downstairs. Yes, move on. Yes, we have Damian Dunkley and Dr. Salaber, and then Reverend Jinhua Zhang and myself. And we had a great opening ceremony. And then our dear brother, assistant pastor of Las Vegas Family Church and youth pastor, Les Fred, did wonderful emceeing. And our dear brother and Luis also did a wonderful leading 찬양 session. 찬양 and 안수 and ancestors liberation ceremony and blessing ceremony and 효정 wish paper offering. And also 효정 1 inheritance ceremony. 8 families received this 효정 1 and 찬양 and pray together for the sake of our ancestors and blessing our ancestors who are in spirit world. So thank you so much. Our Las Vegas Family Church, second generation, they leading 찬양 as well. So there are many testimonies. And this sister really inspired about how True Mother blessed this 찬양 session and ancestors liberation and blessing ceremony. And then she's seeing about the coming 천원궁 천일 sanctum, and how we are grateful our true parents prepared these great works for the sake of spirit world, for the sake of our descendants who are living currently on us. And she testified herself. I can call now, 왕엄마. And this is my short report. And dear brothers and sisters, we have so many chances what God prepared, what true parents prepared, and then true mother sharing, coming this 천왕궁 entrance ceremony, another grace period. And let us repent, let us come together and share together and love one another for the sake of victorious entrance, 천일 sanctum and 천왕궁. So more than before, next 7 months, let us come together and let us celebrate. From this Chumbo great work, I really felt very deeply how much our placentral family really want to come together and share together and repent for the sake of this coming, the kingdom of heaven on earth. Matthew chapter 4, verses 17, Jesus mentioned, repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Before kingdom comes, we must be cleaned and pured and pray and prepare for the entrance of 천원궁 천일 sanctum. So we are now doing 21 days special witnessing activities. Every day, every Friday, every Thursday, every Saturday, please let us come participate and support each activities, CAP and family church and Chunshimon, and this kind of participation will support 21 days our condition as well as 40 days our prayer condition as well. So once again, thank you, and God bless each one of us. I want to recognize Karina here. Karina? Huh?
Sunday school.
Sunday school. Okay, Karina. And who was charging over our blessing department. She's second generation. She brought the third generation, her daughter Isabella. But I was so inspired that she was leading our 30 plus, around 30 or 40 candidate came last 3 days. And previous week, and another 50, our second generation gathered together 3 days retreat, Chunshimon, with the lecture, with the chanyang, and with the Chunshimon prayer. And they gathered together group by group and person to person, and Chunshimon all around the swimming pool, Chunshimon prayer room, lecture room, dining room, and they sit together and they sharing together about their future life. So I really wish whoever came and participate this 30 plus, anybody here who came here for 30 plus and 20 plus? Oh, yes, yes. Good luck to you. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you, everyone.